In the small suburban town of Brookridge, everyone knew Emily Holloway, the high school English teacher who never forgot a student's name. She was the kind of person who baked cupcakes for birthdays, stayed after class to help with essays, and spent her weekends grading papers at the local cafe. So when she vanished one rainy Thursday night after a faculty meeting, it didn't make sense. The meeting ended at 8:47 p.m. Security cameras caught Emily walking to her car in the school parking lot, umbrella in hand. Her colleagues said she'd been tired, distracted even. She waved goodbye to the vice principal, got into her blue sedan, and drove off. That was the last time anyone saw her. By morning, her car was found abandoned 2 miles from the school, near the edge of Hollow Creek Forest. The driver's door was open, her purse inside, phone missing. There were no signs of a struggle, no footprints, no blood, no clues. Detectives assumed it was a random act, maybe a mugging gone wrong. But Brookridge wasn't that kind of place. People didn't just vanish. So when police dug deeper, they realized something wasn't adding up. One of Emily's colleagues, Mr. Landon Pierce, the chemistry teacher, claimed he left the meeting early to pick up his daughter. Except, traffic cameras showed his car still parked at the school 30 minutes after the meeting ended. When questioned again, Pierce changed his story, said he stayed behind to print lesson plans. Detectives found that strange. Because the printer logs showed no activity that night. Rumors began spreading fast. Some teachers whispered that Emily had been close with the vice principal, Carol Dwyer. Too close, some said. Others hinted that Landon Pierce had been spending a lot of time in her classroom lately, helping with the science fair committee. Police checked Emily's phone records. They found dozens of late-night texts between her and Landon over the past few months. At first they seemed harmless, sharing jokes, school gossip. But then the tone shifted. One message from Landon read, "You can't just walk away from this. Not after everything." The investigation took a darker turn when detectives interviewed Emily's best friend, a fellow teacher named Maya Collins. She admitted that Emily had confided in her weeks before she disappeared. She'd been planning to tell the school board about an inappropriate relationship between 2 staff members, one of whom was married. Emily never said who, but the timing made everyone nervous. When police searched Emily's home, they found a draft of an anonymous letter on her laptop addressed to the superintendent. The letter never got sent. The media descended on Brookridge. Parents demanded answers. Students started a candlelight vigil on the football field. For a town that prided itself on safety and trust, it felt like the mask had slipped. Landon Pierce's wife filed for separation the same week police brought him in for questioning again. He denied everything, said the texts were taken out of context, said he and Emily were just friends. But when investigators searched his car, they found a muddy umbrella, the same brand Emily used. Still, there wasn't enough to charge him. Weeks passed. Leads dried up. The story was slipping into unsolved territory. Then, nearly 3 months later, a maintenance worker discovered something unusual behind the old greenhouse at the school. A small buried box wrapped in plastic. Inside were several printed photographs of faculty members, candid shots taken from someone's phone, and a flash drive. On the drive were dozens of recordings. Not of Emily. Of Carol Dwyer, the vice principal. The audio files revealed a months-long campaign of harassment and manipulation, orchestrated by Carol to protect her own secret. She was the one having the affair with Landon Pierce. Emily had found out. She'd planned to expose them both. The night she disappeared, Carol confronted her in the parking lot. But here's the twist. Carol didn't kill Emily. The argument got heated, words were exchanged, but Emily drove off. Later that night, witnesses reported seeing a woman stop her car near Hollow Creek to help a stranded motorist. DNA from that scene later matched a convicted drifter who'd passed through town that week. Emily's body was never recovered, but police finally pieced it together. It wasn't a crime of passion or a jealous lover's revenge. It was a random encounter. One Emily might have survived had her colleagues not been too busy lying to protect themselves. Months later, Landon Pierce resigned. Carol Dwyer was removed from her position for obstruction of justice. And the town of Brookridge learned that even in a place built on trust, secrets can rot the foundation from within. Emily Holloway didn't die because of hate or revenge. She died because truth got buried under pride, guilt, and fear. And in Brookridge, everyone had something to hide. In the end, the real victim wasn't just Emily, it was the truth itself.